my interest in it too. I used to get QSL cards, postcards from all over the world from people that I talked to. And it's just kind of neat to make that connection. And you don't usually say a whole lot. You're making a connection, exchanging pleasantries and your call sign and that kind of information. And you know, you go on to somebody else and try and make another connection. You might talk to Peru or England or Siberia. One gentleman just the other day said he was getting a signal in from Siberia, but he couldn't seem to reach him back. So that is because of the atmosphere, the ionosphere, and I'm still learning so very much of this stuff. I only have my technician's license, so much of this stuff is new in many respects. I remember a lot of the terminology because of my dad, but I'm still learning. They call it a license to learn.
Well, if you quit learning, you pretty much just waste away anyway. So that's awesome. Well, we're going to have to take a brief pause. We've come to the end of our first half. My guest today is Sandra Myers. We're talking eclipse frenzy, the solar maximum, the devil comet, and more signs in the sky. We've got a whole lot more to get to on the other side. Stay with us, won't you? You're listening to Power of Prophecy. We'll be right back. Hello, friends. Jerry Barrett back with you again. I want to tell you about an outstanding documentary that Tex Mars did entitled Planet X, Dark Red Star on a Collision Course with Earth. Planet X is the first and only video to fully explain the mysteries of Genesis 6 and Revelation 9. The Bible prophesies that a staggering army of 200 million demons will be released from the bottomless pit in the last days, having a king, or dark angel, over them named Abaddon. These fiery serpentine demons will torment mankind and massacre multitudes by way of fire, smoke, and brimstone issued out of their mouths. In fact, occult teachings in Freemasonry and other secret societies proclaim the coming of a mysterious Planet X, codenamed Sirius, the Dog Star. The Illuminati say that when it comes, this star will bring both catastrophe and salvation to Earth, ending in an alien invasion by extraterrestrials who shall reign as gods over all mankind. This is a 90-minute DVD documentary by Tex Mars. We're only asking $25. Please add $6 shipping and handling.
You can have
That'll make your total $31 for Planet
everybody's all
X.
excited because there's the
You
eclipse
can order
coming.
your copy by phoning us toll-free
cover.
in the United States
God.
and Canada at 1-800
man. They're making a big deal over nothing.
Again, that's 1-800-234-9673. If you care to phone us on our regular line, that number is 512.
I don't know. Yeah, they're talking about the solar eclipse. It's got the Earth's going to do weird things. Animals are going to go nuts. The animals are going to go crazy because of this solar eclipse and all. And they're making it sound like, oh, we got to go for cover and all this crap. Oh, my goodness gracious. It's just a damn solar eclipse. We'll never see it in another 3,000 years. We'll all be dust by then.
Powerofprophecy.com. If you want a fax in order, our fax number is 512-263-9793. Just put down your name, your address, your charge card information, and a little note that says, I want Planet X.
Oh, yeah, I want Planet X.
Get it processed.
I'm Generation X.
Does
that count?
If you order online at our secure shopping cart. Now, if you want to send in a check, money order, or cash, please.
Oh my God! You know, this world, I tell you, they're making money off of every little stinking little thing. Now they're gonna they got a video, DVD, or whatever about the Earth and this and that, Mars and aliens, monsters and who knows? Now they're trying to make money off of conspiracy BS, and I think it's all BS. It's ridiculous. Oh, Planet X. We own Planet X. Pay $27.95 for the DVD, and we might own Planet X.
My guest today is Sandra Myers.
Sandra Myers. Oh, God, this chick is an idiot.
We were talking solar maximum before the break, and there are other, what do you call them, emissions, I guess?
Right. Well, we were talking a little bit about coronal mass ejections and solar flares, and they kind of are kind of sort of, they come off of each other. And one that has always kind of piqued my interest is the Carrington event. And I asked you about this, and you said you hadn't heard about this. And I'm surprised a lot of people haven't heard about this. When I bring this up, people are just kind of dumbfounded.
Mm-hmm.
This happened in 1859.
I wasn't around then. I'm old, but I'm not that old.
Well, I'm older than you, but I'm not that old
Yeah,
either.
neither one of us are.
I'm not that.
Yeah, you're a fake. You're only a technician. You're not even a general or anything. Ham operator.
1859, there was a solar cycle. They call it solar cycle 10. They number them in cycles. Anyway, and it was creating strong auroral displays, you know, like the aurora borealis thing that sometimes sees moves south when we're...
Yeah, that's more a northern thing, you dummy.
A lot of times
This chick used to be on YouTube all the time, and everybody tells her where how things are, and she thinks she knows everything. Now she's on the damn radio here now.
Anyway, so what happened, there was a geomagnetic storm that put off the CME, and the timing was just perfect for these things to happen that created the Carrington event. It sent off a coronal mass ejection, and it collided with the Earth's magnetosphere. Well, Dr. Carrington, or Richard Carrington, is the person for whom it was named. He was observing the skies, and he notated this. And while this was happening, it affected the telegraph stations. That was our modern communication, our high-tech of the day in 1859. We had telegraph stations. Well, the geomagnetic storm really affected the stations, and it disrupted the power grid and things like that. So when this happened, it sent sparks through the cones of the telegraph. I don't know, I guess there might be receivers. And the paddles, there were some fires from it. It blew out circuits.
Oh my God. We're all gonna die.
The charge of it was so great that even when
this chick is so freaking stupid.
Shut down their power, disconnected their receiving equipment from the
Sounds like we're going to have a nuclear attack. That's what nuclear bombs do. Wipes out the grids and the EMF and all that destroys electronics. What the hell is she talking about? Come on.
From the electromagnetic field, it affected all of the telegraph systems all over Europe and North America. They failed.
Yeah.
The pylons, the telegraph pylons.
Where are you getting your news, lady?
One little conversation between...
Is ARRL paying you to do this garbage?
Please cut off your battery, your power source entirely for 15 minutes. And the Portland operator said, we'll do so. It is now disconnected. Boston said, mine is disconnected. And we are working with the Aurora.
Oh, man.
How do you receive my writing? Portland said, better than with our batteries on. Current comes and goes gradually.
Somebody know, I know all about what she's talking about. You comment below, what do you think about this damn broad? She's on YouTube for a while, and I guess she got shied off because a lot of people told her where to go. She's only a technician. She's not even a general or an extra class. And she's talking all this crap.
That is how much power it put into the telegraph system. having one of those CMEs come and hit Earth.
What?
Now,
EMFs?
fast forward to today. What's it going to do today? And I'm not saying that one is imminent, but when you have a solar maximum like this, and the Carrington event happened in the earlier part of the cycle of the maximum.
Oh Lord!
And it's suggested that we may be winding down, but I'm not sure. I think it's just kind of like a window of opportunity and all the things falling into a place where we could go through something like that now. Everything. We have cars now that run on electricity. We have
Oh my God!
that are probably fried. What's it going to do to your cell phone service? What's it going to do to the satellites in the sky? Both the communication satellites.
You know what? The solar eclipse has nothing to do with this. If you get a solar disturbance, it'd be the sun. We had it in the 90s or whatever, and it was affecting TV and all that. What she's talking about is totally the opposite. What she's talking about, the solar eclipse ain't gonna do anything. The sun is what screws up everything. The EMFs will from electromagnetic fields from the sun will actually mess up communications and all that, but the solar eclipse will not do that. Where does she get her information? This damn broad is such a lid and a half with a one cookie in the jar. Put the lid on it.
But I could be wrong. That area experienced some communications issues and electricity issues. I think they had power outages too. So we've seen other examples of it. It wasn't a one-time thing. And so because the sun does work in cycles, it's something that could happen again. If all the things align just in a certain way. So to me, that's kind of the way God does things too.
Lady, you should just hang it up and just go away. Get off the radio. We're sick of you. We've seen you on YouTube many times. You're just so freaking annoying. And then you're talking about, the solar eclipse is going to blow up everything and this and that. And, oh my God.
I both read the end of days type stories where there's either like some nuclear explosion that knocks out power.
Oh, yeah.
Or there's an EMP.
Yeah. EMPs and, yeah.
And a CME, the right CME, such as a Carrington event, another Carrington type event, could potentially do something like that. Knock most of your cars out because they've got all these computers in them.
If in one of the books I read, the EMP, the electromagnetic pulse, was detonated, so it fried.
What about the EMFs too? Electromagnetic fields has issues with too.
Those from the 60s and 50s that ran on points and condensers. They didn't have a computer module in the dash that regulated airflow and exhaust gas emissions and this, that, and the other. Today's cars, man, just would fry everything. And Sandra and I, before the program, we were kind of chuckling, talking about all these EVs that they've pushed on everybody. What kind of damage do you think? And I'm not talking just the solid state relays and the computers and things, but if they're plugged in and this Carrington event were to happen again, car batteries, especially EV car batteries, they're so large, they have to dig pits and fill them with water to get the fire out. How massive. I mean, you could have black rolling smoke from coast to coast with all the EVs that are on the road these days. It could be...
Yeah, you buy one of those EV cars, they'll have blowing up, and everyone has one. They're going to blow up, and all that electric bikes already have this phenomenon's been going on for a while now. Now we're going to hear repeats of stuff that we already do know. Just don't buy EV car. And they're trying to conserve the world power grid and all that, and emissions from the power companies there, and The EVs are sucking more energy than a regular standard light bulb in your house. Come on.
So these type of events have happened besides just the one Carrington event. So I've contemplated buying a little VW Bug.
Right.
And then one of the things that you're supposed to do if you do that is you put your quantum condenser in what they call a Faraday box or cage. But you have to know what you're doing in order to do that. And some people have talked about putting some other electronics in there.
Oh my
especially
God.
like a small handy talkie for ham radio or a smaller unit for ham radio so that you can still communicate. But again, you're going to have to power it. So you have to hope that your generator has also got some backup parts to it that are put away in a Faraday cage and properly sealed so that it doesn't get fried also. So it's...
The Earth's coming to an end. Oh my God. All the EV stuff. Oh.
The possibilities
We're going to blow up. Black smoke.
Happen are endless. And in your description, you mentioned dimorphous and Bennu. Obviously, I'm not up to snuff with all the different things floating around in space. It's never been something that piqued my interest, although this program is extremely intriguing. But
what are they talking about now? Space junk up in space?
They're both asteroids. We'll talk about Dimorphos. Dimorphos is an asteroid that has been kind of coming close towards Earth. And just not too terribly long ago, I want to say it was September of 2022, they sent a rocket off to it, and my dates could be wrong, I'm sorry, but it was very recent.
Yeah, you're stupid. You don't even know what you're talking about.
It's
Rosia. What a total idiot.
Anyway, so what they did is they sent what they call a double asteroid redirection test.
I think you got asteroids in your behind. You don't even know what you're talking about.
All of their hubris. They are going to go out there. They're trying to defend the Earth from potential approaching asteroids.
Oh, God.
That may, and honestly, you know, when you think about how things move around, if you pay attention to the news at all, occasionally you will hear, well, this asteroid just, and there was one just a few months ago, that passed between the Earth and the Moon.
I never heard about that. Where's she getting this information from?
When you consider all of the cosmos, that is squeaky close.
Oh, that comes from the cosmos.
And they didn't see it until it was nearly already by. So they're watching the skies for these things to see what could potentially impact.
We know we have asteroids up there, but it ain't gonna come anytime soon to hit the Earth, okay? Get it over with and shut the hell up.
It was a sample. I'm laughing at myself because Jerry told me I used my hands to talk and I never realized I did it. Apparently I do because my hands are all over the place. They shot this rocket at it. They hit the little moonlet. They created a crater on it. Now this is the part that gets me about man's hubris. How can they possibly fully comprehend the magnitude of what they've done? It's the moonlet to Dimorphos, but suppose they had just put it enough on trajectory that causes a cataclysm of theirs at some other time. Now maybe the projection, or that is the path of it, is not really nearing Earth, and that's why they think they can do this. But what if it comes around again in another 500 years, or 170 years, or 2,000 years, or whatever it is? You know, some of these comets, God has on a plane where they only come around every so often. Halley's Comet is one of those. Now you had the Skywalker.
Halley's Comet, I seen it in 1984, right around there. I remember as a kid, had a telescope. I saw it. You'll never see it another 100 years or 90 years from now, or 100, 200 years. Oh my God, it just goes on and on and on. This Rosa chick better just hang it up and be done with it.
The Hale-Bopp comet was nearing its closest portion to the Earth, and they felt that would bring...
I think we're all going to die, I think.
TI or TI. That would transport them up to the comet, and they would be captured on and gone on to a new life, I guess it is. And so 39 people committed suicide.
Oh my God.
Of getting caught up by the comet. Well, that's the other part about watching from the skies. You have people that are worshiping the creation instead of the creator.
Yeah.
To me, it just magnifies my...
I'm going to commit suicide because the Halley's Comet's going to be coming, or asteroid's going to come out. Oh my goodness gracious. This chick has got to have... She has a mental issue.
And when they come by, and the Pons Brooks is one of those that comes by periodically, the Devil asteroid.
Oh yeah, the Devil asteroid, yeah. It's the Devil.
Yeah. To me, God's power, because you can start in Genesis and you can finish in Revelation. It's all over the Bible.
This chick makes me want to puke.
It talks about
she never goes away. She finally is on YouTube. Now she's on the damn radio now.
The heavens. In Jeremiah, it talks about the host of heaven can't be numbered. On Hebrews, it talks about the multitude.
Oh, the little Martians, little aliens, those little green guys. Yeah, go ahead, keep going.
Bind the cluster of the Pleiades or loose the belt of Orion. The stars are here in the Bible. This is evidence of God's magnitude, his all this stuff. It just, if that doesn't make, my
you can't even talk.
The beaches, and it always awes us when we see these things that God has created. The mountains, when we're driving through the Rocky Mountains, going to it's very awe-inspiring. And so when I look at things like this, I don't think about it in terms, yes, Texas talked about the cultures that have worship, and he talked about it in that video, Planet X, also, about people looking for Nibiru or these other stars.
Well, you're hearing this from, sponsored by Kentwood. Best radios you can ever use for today. Kenwood, buy one today, and you listen to this kind of crap.
You get stars in certain alignments and stuff, and the sun god.
When is she gonna shut up?
That people try to justify that by worshiping the creation.
Oh my God!
With this, we were back to the Carrington event really quickly, and we talked about the narrow misses of Earth, but God's got that in His hands too.
What the hell has God got to do with asteroids and all this other crap? We know there's asteroids up there, way beyond Earth. They're almost, we're got asteroids all around the Earth, way up in space. What the hell's the problem here? That's why we get space junk that comes off of it. We get meteorites. Come on.
Signs that happen in the skies and by God they should elevate your closeness to God and your awe of Him, and make you want to share this with your children, because
scare your kids. We're all gonna die, and asteroids are gonna come down and kill us. Tell about that.
And seeing the moon come in front of the sun, then you kind of lost something there. You need to help them understand how so many things move through space. Here's another thing that's interesting, too. Talk about the hubris of man. The hubris of man. Man thinks, and they are, they're so much smarter than I could ever hope to be, these physicists and astrophysicists.
Oh, Jesus. You got asteroids in your pants. Shut up!
Drowning compared to what they know. But they still don't even know a fraction of what is out there.
Mm-hmm.
They keep trying to talk about how old the universe is, how big the universe is.
That's right.
When they try to put a size on the universe. It's not. That tells me that they're only so stuck in their knowledge that you can't comprehend the size of it.
No, I
If you do
don't.
mathematics of it, you talk about quadrillions and stuff like that. It's still, they have no idea what they don't know. Because they are so learned among men.
Oh, Jesus.
Just recently, as a matter of fact, there's an article about dark matter. And they've always had these ideas that dark matter is kind of like the absence of stuff. Well, there is, now the headline is like, well, maybe dark matter isn't what we really thought it was.
What are we talking about now? What are we talking about?
The same thing is true.
We're talking about asteroids now? We're talking about men now?
They have explored humans down to the DNA.
Oh, God.
They tried to do the DNA stranding and, you know, all the mock-ups for it and everything, and they're doing it. But they...
See, people like this are mentally disturbed with science. This chick thinks she's a scientist or whatever. She would never be a... She'll never work for NASA in her life. She thinks she knows it all, but she's not very intelligent whatsoever, this broad. You know what I mean. Comment below what you think.
Yeah, I'm speechless because there's just so much that they think they know, and they go forward fully 100% confident, and even if you gave them the benefit of the doubt on the COVID virus.
Oh, jeez. Now the COVID.
Forward in full confidence. Even, like I said, if you gave them the benefit of the doubt, and you know I'm saying that tongue in cheek.
You know, here's the other thing, guys, or whatever. You know, we're talking about asteroids, Planet X, and all this other stuff, and we're talking about men that were going crazy, the animals are going crazy because of the solar eclipse. Now she's talking about freaking a virus again.
You bring in a person to work on this small part.
Oh, I can't handle this anymore.
That's only for the elite and top crust.
You could tell the guy is like, yeah,
astronomy, and we're not talking astrology, we're talking astronomy, but they see just only so, they're only given a small slice of the picture, so that they can't see the monster almost like a golem.
Monster?
But these people at the top, they get to see the bigger picture. And like I said, these astrophysicists, they think they know a lot, but they keep finding out new
Sounds like
things
something
all
out of
the
a
time.
dream, man. What did she do, dream this?
And they keep finding out things new all the time. Oh, I thought it was this way. No, it's this way. And that's why I always urge caution when they have some new thing, whether it's the quote-unquote vaccine.
Oh, Jesus.
Especially when people are on the surface, believing if what they said
I think you need to see a therapist there, lady. Miss
still
Rosia.
hadn't been on the market long enough. And that was one of the things that was my biggest clue, not to do that. I know, I'm kind of getting off base here.
Yeah, you you're way off base, lady.
Trying to explain the awe and the wonder that we don't know a smidge. Well, okay, let me give you this analogy.
Oh
We know
God.
a grain of sand. God knows the Sahara Desert. Imagine that. One grain of sand.
Yeah, one grain of sand. That's where we came from dust.
That is immense, and that's awesome in its nature. To realize how far advanced God is to our little pea brain, that little grain of sand.
Yes, and the Bible even talks about that. He knows all of the stars. He knows.
Well, now we're skipping that to the stars
That's in the
again.
Bible. If you can imagine that, But he already knows all. He's the one who placed it. Just like the grains of sand.
That pretty much says everything you need to say.
Yeah, that's about all you can say. It's just stupid.
Favorite word, hubris. Because we think we know so much, but we're not the sharpest tool in the shed. But man keeps thinking.
Yeah, Rosia's not. She's stupid.
I am godlike.
Ugh.
You mentioned the pagans and the occultists. You know, back in the day, I've read things where when there was a total lunar eclipse, the path of totality, that the Incans and the Mayans and all of these pagans thought that that was punishment from the sun god. Or it was a sign
What
from
the
sun
frig
god
are we
that we're
talking
going to
about
have a
here?
bountiful harvest. Things of this nature, because
Now we're talking fairy tales now?
I know everything.
Right.
But I only know my little area.
Right. It's been fun, Jerry.
It's always a blast, Sandra. I want to thank you for coming out.
Sandra, that's her name.
You have been listening to Power of Prophecy. My guest today has been Sandra Myers. I want to thank you for tuning in and giving us an hour of your time. We greatly appreciate it. And as always, I pray you will tune in again next week at this same time.
Oh, Jesus. Ladies and gentlemen, this chick, that guy, he couldn't out. I could tell he couldn't. You just want to end the show right off the bat. That woman there needs to read more books or something, because that chick is just totally, totally stupid. Comment below what you think about this whole thing. I think it's a bunch of horseradish. But anyways, I don't know. She's got a lot of asteroids in her asteroid. You know what I mean? Full of it. Give me a comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell, ding it, hit all, whatever you got to do. This is Adam's Ham Radio. I think we're gonna go QRT, and I gotta hide under my bed now because the aliens and the monsters are coming. 7-3, all. Have a good one.